All right, let's see how. Ha 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 ha. Well, more FF16. I'm a bit groggy because I'm trying to take in less caffeine. Just drink some caffeine. So, let's see. I how well to do. Oh, hello. I drink some caffeine. Hello. Alright. Gonna be a bunch of side. See if I can get up to launching the Enterprise. I'm guess there's a guess in my head that it's a airship, but most likely it's not. It could not be that too. So let's begin. Oh, I said let's begin, and I didn't even switch the scene. There we go.
He cracked the crystal too.
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
To Hippocrates, the lore man.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Alrighty. Now. Lock auto. I'm gonna keep it at 3 for now. We'll get the other one later.
Blackthorn,
Not really, no.
this won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, and you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something perhaps sharing your thoughts might help?
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something. Something.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. The edge on it.
A
You could
katana.
slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you.
No. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you.
Lucky.
Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
Good lucky. Lucky. Alright, I need to figure this out. I said I was going to. Like, getting to. Journal. System. Ability hear me. Okay, let's see. Turn. That is better. Provoke. What? Oh, I do have them. Ah, boring.
You're looking well, Cap.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged.
Running around after him again?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to just...
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's a touch eccentric. if you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
No, I'll get the other plus quest though. Auto can wait. I must solve every problem at the hideaway.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Wish I could take one of our birds.
Oh, the kids are gone.
I knew it was a good idea to have editors study alongside the children.
Is that Helen?
Well, that's it then.
Oh, wait.
Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it'll separate it out just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Why not?
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. Alright. Why not?
Proper job.
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe you pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out so. I did, and do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die.
I take it that's where...
I saw a billet on the hunt board for one. Would have gone myself, but, well...
Alright.
Thank you kindly.
I'm not prioritized that. Yep, it's 3 at a time. Oh no, that's where autos are. I'm like, what's over there? Yo, what are those? Alright, are you still after Gav or Goop?
When it comes to boyish charm, Goops has an indomitable rival.
They're still after. Right, are you crazy lady?
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto, won't be a little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it may be my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to what?
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No. I don't.
That's hilarious.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just
Give me
desserts.
the thing.
Here you are. All
Also,
done?
I should look at where the bomb thing is. Or you can hunt for the bomb king, Pupoidfa. If so, I have a billet that might interest you. There it is, the bomb king. First game for the Imperial Chase. From the Imperial Chase, the wrong turn into a nearby wood, within which discovered the ruins of a fallen airship, and within them a beast akin to a great ball of fire. That chased her screaming the grove. The soldier later identified the creature in an amalgam of echoes. Almanac of echoes, but was firm in her insistence that the bomb she saw was near 10 times the size of one depicted thereat. Where is it? Where's the location? The Croak Rock Sand. Anyone else up here? To the rest. We rest. I should do more hunts. That would be a hunt. But today, we talk Marth. God, 5 kill. I don't have that much. My FF14 character does, but not 5.
Clive!
I wasn't expecting to, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding effort. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this.
A star ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right...
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected a bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, innit? The old goat working himself to death.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still
Same as always. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hard.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement. And I reckon what he saw in Sid, and don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome. That, and you keep good company.
What's near here? Something? What are you? Alright. I'm here, so we can go get that. There's an antelope for my dog. Buzz a dog. Buzz a dog. On the moment of peace. Ambrosia.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
It's a Minotaur, I don't care.
It's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope,
oh,
I'd see my place. I will find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
It's for the boy!
It's over. Now, will it be enough, I wonder?
Loves that bow.
I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
But let's go talk to this person because he's closer. There's gonna be two things I need to do in Sambrack.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
He's gone. The whole mother crystal gone.
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life, however deep your friend's pockets might be.
Could have just been a tremor.
That is not sexy enough.
Here, you. Listen. I've got this. My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get up! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed.
Please. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy out...
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside for a...
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to...
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen. A single-edged sword. It was...
Ah, you know, lady...
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my...
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you should...
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves...
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence and arrange for an order.
That will be very kind.
Farewell.
Interesting. Ooh, more chocobos. Chocobo.
Back to the stables, girl.
Faster!
Time to fight.
Desert Rose.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right.
Oh.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you?
Wyvern. Glad to make your
A formidable name. Well, Wyvern, Redeem here tells me you wished for...
A few moments of your time should suffice.
You're a peculiar fellow.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently...
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. There's a
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10th. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its a mineral quite foreign to this and that is the... Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to Sir. Take this, the very stone of which I spoke. Far rarer among collectors than even the blade, and a far more.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past.
I am locked in bitter competition. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard.
And there are many other collectors out.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis, and is a perennial thorn. Farewell, Wyvern, may up. Redeem! We mustn't dawdle.
He is. Uncles.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you. Coming, my lordship.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting... Now, let's see what Black...
How the hell is anyone supposed to...
Did you hear?
The gates to heaven.
I want. See you again tonight.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Oil of Talc?
Still no carrot.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the... Oh my.
Otto asked me to give it to settle the hideaways and to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
I thought you might finally be... Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the man owes me nothing. Nor my contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least...
You once told me Sid did you a kind... I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching. Otto is lucky to... I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the close...
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just... and blamed himself for not being able to stop. I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done. But it would...
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in an ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help.
Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Let's see. I need to check the board again.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Ned told me she was building a ship.
Goat. Still alive, so Lady Karen accept...
But she was just too stubborn. She threw it right back in my face.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Wonderful.
First, we talk to the blacksmith. The blacksmith.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully he'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
A whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grind. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a slip. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something that can... And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valesthian steel with an edge as sharp as any. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make...
I'm sure the curse breakers will just... Don't push yourself.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one. August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right. I will.
Complete! New sword, Excalibur.
Back, are ya? What do you want?
Excalibur.
That it? Fine.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you like me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two, but those were donations. And you can hardly call it charity if you go...
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. In our circumstances, surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or... Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in, might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I don't... Hey.
I hear you ended up delivering all... Thanks to this lump, I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him. How long did you know Sid?
Before he died. 20 summers. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the sea. That was before fate stepped in. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day. And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have?
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. And I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when all I wanted, him who cried for me, him who swore he'd do everything he could. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage. I knew then I'd follow that man to the... He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. That gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
Oh, Payday 3 came out today. Shit.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine.
Why is this not a plus mission? This is a plus mission.
Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Complete. Sid's goblet. Where is the bomb again? Okay, where's goddamn god king? Alright. The Crocs. Crocs. Where's the Crocs? Ambrack. Lost. But for now. Where's the Crocs? South Sambrack. Or that? Huh. High potion. Okay. Alright, you know what? Oh, okay. Because I didn't go there ever. Right.
Faster!
Time to fight. That'll do, girl.
What is here? Why? Did I miss it? I feel like I missed it. There's the bomb. What level are you?
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Nice try.
Huzzah!
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash.
I was about to leave without the ash. Woo.
This looks like the
Ooh,
stuff.
that was
Let's see if there's any more.
Maybe I should make. Well, next week we'll make Excalibur next week. Do I know
That should do it. If Hawaii needs more than this.
First to the late.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Oh, yeah. Hippocrates! That wasn't as hard as the other ones, I guess, because it's a B rank?
Ah, Clark, were you able to locate your...
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving them.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering, do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you'd...
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to yours. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies.
Huzzahs! Kind of like saying the radiation I give off is what's making him strong. Also, I should like look at my items. Well, not items. I should look at my equipment. Because I feel like I have better stuff. Like Berserker. Temporary anchor and plus when dodging. I like Berserking. That's a terrible one to have. Alrighty. I have better ones. Like Griffin Head Hero. Burning Blade does damage more. Badge of Might. This one's better than the one I have on right now, but I have Berserk. Excuse me. Defense more. One more. Power! Power! I've done a lot. Do I have the other monsters and glorious monsters?
right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the...
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need.
Don't be... Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in.
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. But I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze...
Well,
that's the spirit. Leave it with
More
me.
potions.
I'll only be a...
Huzzah!
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? So...
Thank you.
No. Thank for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover... I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Black blood. Huzzah! Look at the board. Oh, Grimkin.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts? You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Is that you done then? Mid's not roped you into building the rest of the board, has she?
It was good of you to help Mid. And it made a nice change for me as well. There's only so many boils a girl can lance before she gets sick of it.
Right, Clive. Has Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive, Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
I got an hour of this. Alright.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Jump to your two. Jump.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build? Yeah. Hugo Kupka's dead, isn't he? We don't have to live in fear of him anymore. Must be quite a fireplace.
Oh, I should go buy some potions. More potions. Also, let's see if there's a better weapon. Hey, Torgal. Yep, beautiful, beautiful bastard.
And what can I do for you? Go on, then.
Handset. Platinum blade. Better here than the one I have? Increase experience. No. Increase ability points earned. And no, that is terrible. That is not. Or Gil, maybe. Automatically charge magic spell. Maintain the charge pass. Break rage count by. Ah, maybe. Increase the gauge generation. Maybe. Hustle a maybe. But a custodian rose.
You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here.
He cracked the crystal too.
Oh, more letters. Nice. Sid's goblet. Pressure. Miraculously undamaged in this attack on the old idol. Otto held onto the featureless clay cup to remind him of his lost friend before giving it to Clive, knowing that Sid would have wanted the proud bearer of his legacy to have it. Alright, what letters did I get? About the other day.
All I have, you know, I ain't never shed a tear in front of no one, not even my mother. And you won't soon catch me doing that like again. So if it pleases your lordship, we both forget the whole damn thing. The Sid I chose to follow all them years ago is gone. There ain't no dragging him back from the depths of whatever hells he's talked his way into. But his legacy, that lives on in you. Everyone else here as at the hideaway, sure as the sky is blue. Ain't less I think it'll still blue. And as long as it is, I'll be right here where you can count on, Otto.
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat.
Then
You in a hurry and all, are ya?
I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like... Got some life in her and shit. But anyway, I was on my way up to see you. Got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're in.
Thank you, Oboleth.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
Ah, dear boy. My journey to Carvin has been a resounding success. The friends I mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of his strong box with us, but a considerable knowledge of his goings-on in the free cities, by which I learned of an endeavor of a certain young friend of yours. Though I, for one, believe Miss Talamon's project to be quite the valiant enterprise, I doubt the Carvarian authorities will take kindly to the unauthorized use of their dock boards, no matter how deserted. And if rumor has already reached my friend, it may not be long before the guildmasters are rapping at our door. Which is why I penned you this note. I would like to borrow your man Gav for a moon or two, that he can keep a watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill, and warn us of any impending attacks. I trust that you will give this proposal your full consideration.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye out.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
Well, nothing we can do about it. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollock, just like when we built this place. Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me purse.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us then.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Women. Sid's Legacy. That's a nice thing. Wonder if anybody's still there.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Goots! Chiron. Charon.
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these.
So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goots.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot.
Oh god, the audio is like choppy right now.
There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Time to travel with the wife again.
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
What? I can't travel anywhere else. Boo! Boo! God, that is a dog that lived for a very long time. Onwards.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
I could get the chocobos, but I just want to run for it. Oh, wow.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars. Till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass. And all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Actually, other way. Oh, it's from the bottom. Hey, plant people. Flash blood!
It's over!
So what do you think? Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be...
Oh, no doubt. There's you. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned and...
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not...
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
I suppose he's right.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad, our merchant friend reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods.
All right. Just don't expect me to...
No. You just put an end to those ban.
Prioritize.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait...
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
Almost 34.
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be an...
Seems we've found ourselves the...
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fight.
You've done your part. It's been a pleasure.
There's no need to be so rude. What if we want his help again?
Piss off. E. Level up. Actually, let's look around. They're probably like a box. Go. Where's the box of loot? Guess not. Okay. There usually is one. Ambrosia?
Faster!
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side. This might take a while.
It's over! You're finished!
For Ambrosia! That is a cool looking. The final sin. Oh my god.
So this is Zemeckis.
A land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominants and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
Then we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greager, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrek, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
What a bitch. Meanwhile, in the
Buckland
Imperium...
markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
That's the gates of the river.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end. More refugees.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
Silk. Steel silk.
That'll do, girl.
There are no crystals here. We have to keep going. The Crystalline Dominion is our only chance.
I know, but... the checkpoint...
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Hurry, man. I must leave for the...
Bloody crimson caravans, scooping up all the best customers.
Like, what the hell is that?
Get it, boy!
He needs a snack. Alright, let's talk to you.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. You've a discerning eye.
Out of my sight, wretch. I've no use for a branded who can't even fill my cup.
Attack, attack, attack.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
Flatbread?
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
It looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go in and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere. You were right, boy.
Always pet Torg. Where are you, Goots? How hard is it to find a big dude?
You should come with me.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Oh, there you are, dude.
Did you hear about the Empire's Black Shields? Apparently they've been going around Imperial lands stringing up bearers.
What a waste!
Thank you.
Ah, Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Good. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flip.
Do you remember?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Here. You don't...
It wouldn't surprise me.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find...
I know where! I've got a pal. No one knows more about what goes on round here.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure no one else is...
Right.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other on our purses.
Next to the checkpoint.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you. So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes, and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and two birds shall be slain.
Is there any other way?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, But the guards will definitely spot you if...
So either we find the people who took the pass...
All right.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business.
Ooh, another seal.
The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. I suggest that you...
The furniture makers.
Prioritize! Probably stop after this one, maybe, depending on how things go. I'm pretty sure once I get into
Out of my sight, wretch! I've no...
Jug of snake spit for the roll?
Juicy pears! Slate your...
Are you the furniture maker?
Looking for something in... Eloise collared you too, eh? Then I expect you want to know.
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pig.
For one, that they're targeting the traders carrying the biggest packs. Harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving chase if they're spotted. Not that they'd be likely to catch them. Those imps know every inch of this warren like the backs of their hands.
Their eyes must have lit up when they saw Goots.
The fishmonger round by the gate's been trying to track down the children involved. You should go and have a word with her.
Thank you. We will.
One moment. Ah, son of... Son of... Oh! Enough, bro. Oh, think about it later on some stream.
I'll take the large.
Come taste my peaches. They're sweet as nectar.
That's a weird voice.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life.
Fish for sale! Fresh salted and smoked! Can I interest you? Ah, sorry. Message from Eloise, is it?
She's asked me to help her. To help you find the pickpockets.
Is that so? Suppose I better tell you what I know then. For one, this isn't a family operation. All the traders say the children who stole their passes were dirty, dressed in rags. Street urchins, by the sound of it. We get a lot around here.
Orphans from the wars.
A few, perhaps. You saw the refugees gathered by the entranceway? They're all looking for a new start in the Dominion and beyond. Some of them take it as an opportunity to rid themselves of unwanted baggage.
The shame of it.
Whoever's behind this would have to have made themselves known to the children at some point.
And so should we.
You should start with the children around here, then. I doubt they're the ones involved, but they might have heard something.
It's worth a try.
All right, then. Questioning children. How hard can that be?
It's a lot harder than you think.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Do you have a moment?
What do you want?
What I want is to know who's asking children like you to pick pockets.
I don't know. Nobody's asked me. What's picking pockets? Do you get paid for it?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to tell them.
That doesn't seem right. That kid is shifty.
The finest apple from the
I'll
Free
take
Cities.
the large one.
Come taste my peaches.
Excuse me.
Can't stop.
I was just wondering if...
Anything you grown-ups ever ask us to do is shut up and go. So guess what I'm about to do?
Sorry.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
The caravan stops next to the checkpoint. Jug of snake spit.
Excuse me?
What do you want? I don't have any money.
It's all right. We're not going to hurt you. We just want to talk.
What about?
We've heard that some very bad people are making children like you steal from travelers. We need to know who's behind it so we can stop them.
I don't know much about it, really. But my friend, Honza, he said he got a job doing something dangerous.
Sounds promising.
We need to find him and ask.
Do you know where your friend might be?
He's usually by the tents outside town.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
You've been very helpful, young lady. Indeed.
Come on, come on.
Otter, 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 otter. Water?
Peaches and pears.
Whopper? Whopper.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
Porter for hire.
Porter?
That's that then.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
Daddy, I'm hungry.
Yeah, and I'm broke. Enough of your whining.
That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed If we... yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass. Could use one of those things to get out of this dump.
Chance would be a fine thing. The moment they found out, they'd string us up by our...
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us.
Shit! We're in trouble now. What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter, where are you going?
So that was Hunter, eh? Jill, you watch these two.
All right.
He can't have gone far. I need to find him before his employers do. Did you see a boy run past?
There was a boy ran back there toward...
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
It's all right, Hunter. I just want to ask...
Fine.
I'm looking for the people who were making you
Call themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me a good gill if I did what they told me. I knew they were bad, but bread doesn't come for free. Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easy.
Hunter.
You found him then?
Jill.
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
I haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them anyway. If it weren't for their gill, me and my mates would have...
Cowards. You will not force another child to do your bidding.
Wait, we're not...
Don't hurt him.
You're making a mistake. We're on the same side.
Like hell we are. That brooch. Where did you get it?
Master Theo.
Goots. What are you doing with these people? Unless you're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister? Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just her back and a blade. Theodore, at your service.
Theodore, what do you know of the
vultures who have made Boklad their hunt? They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their... I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further harm. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I... Hansa's a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the Stones, some other poor souls would have. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocket. Then we all want the same thing.
I'm sorry.
Where is it?
So?
What else? If you get your trader's pass back, and I make Bok...
All right then.
All right then. Hansa, where are they camped? Don't worry.
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. Meet us outside the gate. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
We'll try it this time.
Back down the road towards Leighton's...
To Leighton's Cleft, then.
Prioritize.
Laney's Cleft is to the south, past the camp.
That's that then.
Daddy!
There are no crystals here.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
Fly, Ambrosia.
That's the one who's been sticking his nose in our business.
You should have minded yours. I doubt these were the ringleaders.
But at least we know we're on the right track.
There's more of them. Over there. Look at these dumbasses.
We got company!
That's the luck.
Stay down! More foot soldiers.
Fewer now.
Hey, there's a camp.
Not a bad haul today, eh?
Aye. Some of our new recruits are natural born ne'er-do-wells.
Especially the little ones. And Hans...
It will be a shame when they chop them off. But till then, let's make the most of it.
Scum.
The leaders of the cast stones.
They don't deserve any mercy.
I wasn't planning on showing them.
We're ready when you are.
Oh, I'm ready.
Fuck. It's that guard from Bocklad. Kill him. Kill them all.
Stay down!
And they say crime doesn't pay. Gold chains, rings, purses. And traders' passes. Dozens of them.
Have the names been changed?
Not yet. I recognize some of them. No doubt Goots's is somewhere among them. Now I just need to sort through it all and return everything to the people it was taken from.
We should go and give Eloise the good news. Can we leave things here in your hands, Theodore?
Of course. Oh, and, be sure to tell her of the part I played, won't you?
We'll be glad to.
Huh, I don't trust you though. Just teleports, huh?
Ah, Clive. How goes the hunt? My brother isn't getting...
Quite the opposite.
So it was the cast stones who were behind it all. Theo told me he'd been on their trail. And their demise solves 3 problems at a stroke. That of the pickpockets, the bandits pulling their strings, and the passes they were stealing. I only hope yours is among the items you recovered. Only time and Theo's return will tell. Speaking of whom, welcome home, dear brother.
You are too kind, Eloise. Here, Clive. Goots's pass. Ask him to keep a closer eye on it from now on, would you?
I will. Thank you.
El, I've asked our boys to carry the rest of the goods. Can I count on your help in sorting?
Of course. I'll make some space and... I expect you'll soon be on your way then. But it wouldn't do to leave without introducing... Would it now? Sid. Don't look so shocked.
I don't understand.
As you now know all too well, we at the Crimson Caravans are always happy to help those in need. For a small fee, we will move anything, be that goods to market, or...
I was the first my sister helped escape. If it wasn't for her, I'd have been branded.
I had no idea.
It just so happens that we are seeking to expand, and who better to join forces with than the leader in the field? Wouldn't you agree?
I would. It seems our purpose is the same in more ways. So what would you say to work?
It would be our pleasure.
And our honor. The honor is ours.
Here, Clive. This is for you.
Another
What is
seal.
it? El has friends in high places, while I have associates in, lower ones. That mark is proof that your friend...
Huh.
I shall bear it with pride.
Well, all that remains is to wish you a safe... Goots's pass should secure you a place on the caravan. But if you encounter any difficulties, we would be delighted to provide you with a coach of our own. For a discounted price, of course.
We'll...
Shrewd businesswoman. I like her.
Right then. Let's get this back to Goots.
And then it's on to the Dominion.
Ah, Clive.
About the children.
Don't worry about Honza and the others.
They will be safe with us, but there will be more little ones abandoned at the gates, and they too may turn to crime, their desperation to spy, especially if the cast stones or some other ill-attended element decide to give them no choice in the matter. It's up to those of us who care to see that that doesn't happen.
This being a border town,
Merchants often stop in on their way to the crystalline domain to carry out any final business in the Republic. And the locals are only to police obliged by weighing their wagons down with local specialties before they leave, and lighten their purse in the process. And what if a visitor doesn't have a wagon of their own? Why, then it falls to porters like ourselves to provide one.
Or at least, it did.
Lately, most passers through journey to the domain in search of safe haven rather than a tidy pocket. And who can blame them? Some things are more important than commerce after all.
Why, I am what you see.
The proprietor of the Crimson Caravans are the best known and best trusted porterage firm in Bolan. There are less expensive porter options, it's true, but customers choose us for two reasons. We're reliable and we don't ask questions. Other wagons stand ready to transport anything you might want moved discreetly, but the possessions you'll rather ours don't know or even people.
It can be a risky business.
But what we make from moving forward, we spend on improving our ability to transport the latter. You might even consider our competitors as competitors of the infamous Sid, the outlaw, had he and I not reached an agreement.
Best of luck, Sid.
Anything I can do for you? May luck go with you.
Come on. Oh, there's a side quest. And the title it takes all the side quests. Huh?
If I knew where
Now I just need to see about getting the word out.
them, we'd be rich.
I want bad news. Good, actually. Something worth celebrating for a change. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't leave her while I go and invite those I'd like to celebrate. What exactly are you celebrating? I've come by a particularly fine but Gotan Rouge is the only good thing to have ever come out of the Empire. And most wouldn't part with a 66 if you held a knife to their throat. So I've heard. Oh. So you know of it then? A gentleman who might sympathize with my would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine?
Sure, why not?
Sounds simple enough. So you'll do it. You won't need to go far. All three is Aldrich the porter, Milan the butcher, and Bolek, a guard over at the three of the finest fellows in Boklad, if you ask me. Stop by again when you let. I'll be right back.
Prioritize. Ha ha! Wow, that's a lot of side quests.
I've been asked to find Aldrich.
That's me right enough. You need some?
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotan 66 with your name on it when...
If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates he had me carried.
From the Empire to Boklad. You must be a braver man than most. That's a treacherous route to the best.
Such is the porter's lot. There's not a patch of storm these feet haven't traipsed. It's Oriflamme one day, then off to Canva the next. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. Which is why there's no shortage of competition for some of the longer routes. I'd say I've done enough for today to earn myself a cup of something tasty. Thanks for letting me know.
I see you've been of some assistance to Eloise. Perhaps you can...
Perhaps.
Finding someone. You see, I've been having trouble with thieves. And despite the many pains I've taken, I can't stop them from rummaging through my packs. I was griping about my lot to a friend of mine a few days back, and he offered to track the culprits down. Now, Joseph's a sellsword, and a good one at that. But he's been gone days.
Why not?
Any idea where his search...
The old Zemeckis Road? Joseph's lived a hard life. Made him grey long before his time. I just pray he hasn't been...
I can't imagine there are too many grey-haired sellswords around.
Prioritize. I think living life is easier to get.
That's that then.
There are no crystals here. We have to Keep going.
What do you want?
Just information.
Now you mention it, there was...
Which way did he go?
I got off down the road, I expect.
Yeah, I'll go with that one first. Ambrosia.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
I need the gill.
We don't want any trouble.
Neither do I.
Well, we haven't seen.
Yes, we have. We saw him climbing up those ones.
Maybe he found his thieves.
Mum won't let me near them. She said there's goblins up there, and that they eat little boys.
Shush, now.
I only told him what you said.
I'd listen to your mother if I... Did Joseph's thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here? I think we've found our thieves.
Goblins. Gobbos.
They don't look happy to see me. We're all ready. Nice try.
I guess that could count as a mark, because it is a unique.
Let's get this over.
Stop! Don't kill him, he's just protecting his home.
Joseph? So the boy was right.
I don't know you.
Your porter friend sent me to find you. She was worried he might have got you.
Have I been gone that long? It wasn't hard finding the thieves. The problem was knowing what to do with them.
I take it things are more complicated.
I'd all but ruled out bandits before I even left the market. You know why that is? Because our thieves had no interest in gold or gems, or anything they couldn't eat for that matter. Add to that the rumors of goblins in the area, and the mystery practically solved itself. I soon found their cozy little homestead and all the missing food. I launched myself at them, full of righteous fury, but their leader was the only one who moved to meet me. The others, they huddled around that food. They stole because it was that or starvation. I've been there myself.
So you spared them? And earned their trust into the bargain by the look of it.
These goblins aren't native to the area. They don't know how to survive such barren lands, so... And once they've learned to hunt and forage, they won't be fool enough to...
I'm impressed. I didn't know goblins...
Do me a favor. Let the porter know I'm safe. I'll head back to the market once my work here is done. Oh, and Don't mention the goblins. I don't want people coming here brandishing pitchforks. Not now this lot have sworn off thieving.
Your secret's safe with me.
I appreciate it.
Oh, why is Theo over here?
Water for hire. Best served.
Joseph's fine. He certainly knows his business. He found your thieves all right. And I dare...
A good man to have around, that Joseph. And if he says there'll be no more, thank you for putting my mind...
Huzzah! Right, let's activate this one and finish the other one.
Pardon me, but would you... That well-notched steel and impressive physique. I have need of a sword for hire, and yours looks to be a weapon well worth the coin. Might you be convinced to offer me the use of those formidable arms?
How exactly do you intend to use them?
Well, being something of a scholar of Zemeckis history, I wish to investigate the ruins near the city. And I require a rugged companion, lest I find myself waylaid by ne'er-do-wells or the beasts said to roam the area. Should you accept, you will not only earn yourself material wealth, but partake of the true treasure that awaits us there. The rich and storied history of Zemeckis. Well, were you ever party to a finer proposition?
My arms are yours.
Wonderful! Then come. We must away.
But where are we going?
Along the old Zemeckis Road, and from there, onward to discovery. Quickly! There is not a moment to lose.
Wait. Good luck with your ne'er-do-wells.
Prioritize!
I better make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
Me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
Come on, come on!
The caravan stops next to the checkpoint.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Tight business.
The Empire's your enemy, not us.
I'm looking for Bolek. I was told he'd be guarding the gate.
Well, you found him.
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken...
I've never said no to a goat hand. I'm not about to start now.
You must be a busy man.
The market would be flooded with refugees if we weren't here to stem the flood. Oh, my heart goes out to them, all right, but... We've got our orders. Plenty try to slip past us nonetheless. And every now and then, one of them's foolish enough to try and force them. When they do, well... You know what? That wine...
Come, taste my peaches.
I'll take them live. What I really
Are you Milan, the butcher?
That's me. What can I do for you?
The innkeeper's just had a special delivery. He thought you might like to join him for a cup of wine after you pack up for the day.
He knows me only too well. And I've got a ham here that will go handsomely with a nice drop.
Wine and ham to spare. Barclad clearly isn't suffering then.
Comes with being the place everyone has to pass through to get to everywhere else. Those who travel the Crystal Road bring all manner of goods with them. We get meat from San Brec, herbs from Rosaria. Why, sometimes we even see curiosities from across the Narrow. My old man knew what he was about when he set up shop here all those years ago. Anyway, thanks for the good news. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll shut up shop early. Wouldn't want to keep our friend waiting.
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
Yeah, goddamn.
Caravan stops next to the checkpoint.
Jug of snake spit for the road?
Come on, come on!
Peaches and pears.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
I'm here, so let me complete this one
Hurry,
first.
man. I must leave for the
Arrivals had brought any.
I spoke to your friend.
That's fantastic. It's been a while since we all sat down, and the way I see it, that wine is as much theirs as it...
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich to go and fetch the good stuff. And then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. And Bolek, an even-handed keeper of the... Those three are the backbone of Boklad. Lose any one of them, and the market would soon fall apart. And without the market, I wouldn't have a single customer. I'd say that's worth a bottle of 66, wouldn't you?
And more
Oh, that's
besides.
Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Be they world-weary innkeepers or brooding swordsmen. Right. I'd better prepare.
I hear you had me carrying a bottle of goat. If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle.
A goat and 60 bloody 6. Just as well I had something. Bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows.
Here they are. The woes of the world may be monstrous and never a truer word.
Oh, he has his hood off. Nice. Better hurry. That man might be dead before I get him.
That's that then.
There are no crystals here.
Good girl. Why am I not surprised?
You'll hand over your coin if you know much good for
That gurgle.
Are you hurt?
Happily not, good sir. More importantly, we have arrived. Now, feast your eyes upon the marvel before us. Ruins, a relic of the fallen civilization. A sight so common that man is oft blinded to its wonder. Colossal vessels, dashed from the very heavens. Airships, we call them, with very little thought to what wonders such a word might describe. Oblige me if you would. Does anything strike you as peculiar about this particular specimen? Though we ourselves find fallen ruins to be nigh indestructible, Whatever gouged the final sin from the rock cleaved clean through the structure you see before you. A tantalizing mystery, no doubt, but merely one of countless enigmas in which Zemeckis history is steeped. Come, good sir. Our expedition continues, and we still have much to learn.
Dude needs to calm down.
Passionate. I'll give him that. Let's go. All right then. Rest. Stay down. You're going to get yourself killed.
Oh, that would not do. That would not do at all. Not when such majesty stretches out before us. Behold, the final sin in all its glory. As Moss tells us, a battle was fought here in ancient times. A battle of such ferocity that it tore a great crater in the very land upon which it was waged. In reaching for their holy sanctum, did man enrage the gods, and great was the vengeance that was rained down upon him. Alas, the full truth of the matter is lost to time, though I live in hope that I might see it discovered. But we must not dwell upon such things. There is more yet to see. Onward! History awaits!
I mean, it's good lore.
Good girl. Faster!
Alright, now who is he waylaid by? Ah, yes, the ruined monsters.
He's really got himself into trouble this time. Stay down! Still in one piece?
It would seem so. Once more, I am in your debt. And once more, you impress me with your prowess. These were no ordinary foes, but ones we in the field call echoes. Though Moss the Chronicler concurs with the legends in attributing the fall of Zemeckis to a wrath wrought upon mankind by the gods, he offers little in the way of explanation. Could the ruins we see before us here, in all their elaborate beauty, perhaps suggest an answer? Could the construction of such miraculous edifices have been considered an encroachment upon the province of the divine? Alas, all is mere speculation. But one day, perhaps, I will learn the truth.
Not if you keep running headfirst into trouble.
You are right, of course. And not only have you plucked me repeatedly from the jaws of death, you have proven yourself a willing audience to my ramblings.
Glad to help, but didn't you say you came here to investigate something?
I fear I may have rather overstated the case on that front. In truth, a captive ear was all I really desired. You see, even my fellow scholars have grown somewhat weary of my musings of late. And so I came upon the idea of purchasing a companion. A captive audience, if you will.
That's what this was all about.
I am afraid so. And now, my good man.
Fine. Just a...
And so ends a delightful day. Here, your reward for humoring my selfish whims, plus a little extra for the trouble I have put you to.
Aha! Woohoo! Aha!
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
Alright, that was a bit of a distraction. Let's go talk to Dukes. And if it's like the thingy where it goes to the big map, then that I'll end it here. 'Cause usually when that happens, it's a big
Caravan stops next.
What I really want to be is a...
Here you are, good.
Me pass! Oh, thank you so... I'll have to say thanks to Elle and Theo.
So should you, Hans. You and your friends don't have to steal anymore. If anyone threatens you again, you know.
We do. And we already have. Miss Elle's given us a job shifting the chocobo shit out the stables. It's hard work, and the pay isn't half what we got from the stones. But if we stick at it... And Goots...
That's all right. I've got it back.
You said you're trained to be a blacksmith, right? Well, I'm gonna be your first customer. I'm gonna save up all my gil and get you to make me a massive sword.
I'll do.
All right. We have a place on the wagon. Remember, Goots, we're mercenaries. You hired us to protect you.
Mercenaries.
And you remember the plan? You're to ride all the way to Twinside. Jill and I will go with you as far as the outskirts, then find our own way in.
I'll buy that stuff I need.
Right. And we'll scout out the Imperial's defenses.
There's a square with a big bell tower right in the middle of town. If you get lost, or out goes wrong, we can meet up there.
All right. Let's go.
I see. And you're quite certain your father has no knowledge of Ultima?
I am. I have no difficulty believing a sinister force has come to exert an influence on Sanbreque. But be that as it may, it is yet to claim my father. For better or worse, his radiance speaks his own mind.
Then the fiend works from the shadows.
I confess, when first you told me of this fiend, I had my doubts. And more than a few at that. A beast that labors to plunge Valisthea into turmoil, all in pursuit of your brother. But that wound is proof enough that evil is afoot.
Then I have your answer, Your Highness. You will join me in my fight.
I cannot. Not yet.
Your Highness, please.
As you are aware, the Dhalmekian army is at our gates. They have lost their mother crystal, and with it all hope of a negotiated withdrawal. It is but a matter of time before they invade. If Bahamut is not here to meet them, my people will be slaughtered.
Though not by Hugo Kupka, thanks to Ultima's machinations. I know the fate of your people weighs heavy on your conscience, but if we do not put an end to Ultima's plans, they shall face a far darker fate. The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss. The lives of every man, woman, and child in the Twins are at stake.
I believe what you say, Phoenix. But I have duties of my own, and I must discharge them. Come what may.
Come what may, I must serve.
What do you know of my blood?
I know that it is wholly unworthy of the highest offices of state, which rightly belong to those of purer breeding. Alas. Your bloodline runs through the Oriflamme gutter, from a whore who weighed her child's worth in gil.
Have you threatened my father?
Of course not. I merely whispered in his ear that his mongrel son is plotting a rebellion.
What?
Sylvester listens to the words of his astrologers. And they have ears too.
You have been feeding them your lies!
Should you remain loyal to Emperor Olivier, his radiance may yet crown your head with laurel, and not with tar.
Fork-tongued witch!
In consideration of your long years of service to the Empire, I shall forgive this uncharacteristic rudeness. Now hurry and make ready, Your Imperial Highness. Emperor Olivier expects much of you, Dion. Or should I say, of Bahamut. May your fire reduce his enemies to ash, till all of Valisthea bows to its rightful ruler.
There is another darkness that has taken hold of Sanbreque. And until its grip is released, the flames of war shall spread ever wider, just as Ultima wishes.
Forgive me. My family has caused you much grief.
You are not her keeper, Phoenix. This is a matter for the Imperial household now, and as a member of that household, it falls to me to resolve it. At such time as that is done, what strength I have shall be yours.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let us take to the skies together, and bring a new dawn to Valisthea.
I should like nothing more.
Fun!
Terence.
My prince.
Tell me true. Do you believe what I'm about to do is wrong?
We dragoons have but one leader, Your Highness. And we shall follow him unto the very end.
Thank you. This is my decree. For their crimes against the crown, the traitorous Annabella and her usurping son shall be put to death, and the Empire restored.
Alright, it is the sword. Can't even go back there. But is this forcing me to play more? I don't want to. I don't want to start it yet. I hate you, game.
One would never guess that these people stood on the brink of war.
And they're afraid. They turn to drink to forget their fears.
Anything you want to forget?
The harbor is empty, and half the market stalls too. The city may seem peaceful on the surface, but it's balanced on a knife edge. Were we to give it a nudge, it might be just the distraction we need to reach the Mother Crystal.
I thought you might say that. We should send for Gav. We'll need someone to keep the fires we start from going out.
And we can busy ourselves scheming until he gets here.
I'll send a Stolas then.
What is it, boy?
What's happening?
I don't know.
Torgal!
This way.
Rooftop ninjas, go! Oh. Fire in the sky? Why?
The city's on fire.
I'm sure Goots is fine. He'll be making for the square.
The one with the bell tower. In the middle of town, right?
I should not have talked to Goots. That's probably what happened when I talked to Goots. Damn it, Goots! See if I go here. Oh, I could. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna re-see that tomorrow. I really didn't pay attention to anything, so yeah, that is it for me for today. I'm gonna re-see that tomorrow, next week, and then I'll probably do the whole crystalline domain. You know, fight on crystalline domain. Yada yada yada. So thank you for watching, and if you can, like and subscribe, and have a good morning, evening, afternoon, night, wherever you are and whatever time it is for you. And goodbye!